the same. That's what they want you to forget when you watch the news. They want you to look at them as other people. Those people over there. Those people who want to come and take something from you. As if giving something. As if offering generosity deprives us of something. Well, I'll tell you what we're deprived of at the moment in this country, and that's a sense of justice. That's what we're deprived of. A sense of justice. A sense of knowing what's right. But we here today are here to say that we know. We know what they're up to. Oh yes, we do. And we know they're trying to divide us so that they may conquer us.
As we say, Australia doesn't have a refugee problem, it has a racism problem. And it's not just racism towards refugees, it's not just racism towards migrants, towards Muslims, it's towards the First Nation peoples. And we recognise that this rally is taking place on their land, on stolen land. It was never ceded. And we want to pay our respects to their elders because they are fighting a big fight as well. A fight against genocide, a fight against land grabbing, a fight against police brutality. And we stand here today on the side of Indigenous Australians fighting back for their rights as well. This is not the first time though that they've tried to dump people on Manus Island or Nauru. They're doing it right now. They're just expanding it. They're going to say that no refugee who comes here by boat will be allowed to seek asylum and be resettled in this country. But they've said that before as well about Nauru. Last time round under Howard, they said not a single person on Nauru would be resettled in Australia, and we defeated them on that, and we will defeat them once again on this. We have here today someone who went through the trauma that was Nauru under Howard. Muhammad Ali Bakiri was a child when he took a boat from Indonesia with his family. He survived that and he's still fighting today to speak against all the racist policies emanating from Canberra. Please put your hands together for Muhammad.
Thanks a lot. I was detained in Nauru Detention Centre when I was 10, and I know how it feels to be in those cruel prisons. And I was there for nearly 3 years. You know, the Howard government told us that you guys are never going to get to Australia. And look, here I am standing in front of you guys. I know that Australian people are not racist, but it is the government who's racist. So shame on the government. I just want to say that each person that comes to Australia, they can make a difference. And I can show you that I've made a difference here. I've gone to school here. I graduated from year 12. I've never done primary school my whole life. And right now I'm doing a double degree at Victoria University, Business and Law.
It's not just the politicians that are driving this. They are to blame. Yes, they are. But it's also the corporations as well that are profiting from the misery caused to refugees. Companies like Serco, who we just heard have a contract for $1.8 billion to destroy these people's lives. We've just heard about how Toll Holdings has paid for the private trip of Scott Morrison to go over to Nauru to talk about setting up a tent city. They're going to make a lot of money off this. So they are also driving the prison industrial complex as well. And in Papua New Guinea, there are other corporations that are profiting from Australia's general power in the region. Why is Papua New Guinea so poor? Why is it that 50% of the population live on less than $2 a day? A lot of it has to do with Australian corporations that have been raping and pillaging that environment, like BHP Billiton, that has destroyed the Octedi and Fly River by spewing out its poisonous tailings. They've been profiting off the resources of Papua New Guinea, and now they want to dump people on Papua New Guinea. They want to outsource their human rights abuses. They want to bribe the Papua New Guinean government to play this role. And luckily in Papua New Guinea, there are people that have been standing up to this. Just today, there have been university students in Port Moresby marching against the PNG deal. There's also... I want to see more of that. There's also Papua New Guinea. There are also refugees there already. There are thousands upon thousands, potentially 12,000 West Papua refugees, people who fled from Indonesia's terror across the border, who are in refugee camps in Papua New Guinea. And we're very lucky to have here today Leah, who's a West Papuan independence activist, to tell us a little bit more about that.
Thank you. It's so awesome to see everyone here. My name is Leah Rumarokan. I'm here today to speak on behalf of all West Papuans living here in Australia. First and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional landowners of this here land, past, present and future, for allowing us to gather here, so thank you. My family came over to Australia as refugees in 1988 after 10 years of living in limbo, when my parents had to escape West Papua out of fear of being jailed for simply speaking out against the Indonesian government. Since the early 80s, there are now over 12,000 West Papuan refugees who have settled in PNG. They are still being treated as second-class citizens and border crossers. These are Papua New Guineans, the way that they treat their own people. So how do you think they're going to treat people who are coming over from overseas?
When they talk about anger, we're not just angry because we want to be angry. We're angry because we don't want to be committing the same crimes against humanity as they've done. Let me hear you say, we want justice. We want justice. See, that's the sound of people who care. What they do, ruin another country, think that they're stabling it, right? Yet, the same women and children who want to come here, they're supposedly a threat. To who? Because when you destroy someone's home, what do you expect? When you destroy someone else's home, what do you expect? But you see, the thing is, it's not even about the government, it's about the people. And I know what's in every one of your hearts. It's not anger. I've seen it before. That's not anger. Mr. Officer, that's not anger. You care too. You might not want to admit it, but you do care. You care, that's why you're here. Yeah. It's raining, it's cold and everything, but you care, that's why you're here. Right? So the bottom line is this. The very bottom line is this. We have women who get on boats with their children and we claim that they are a threat to us. Now if you do really care, let me hear you say it loud and very clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Refugees are welcome here.
That's better. Refugees are welcome here.
Refugees are welcome here.
Justice will not be brought on eBay. You can't bet on it. It won't be delivered to your doorstep. As a matter of fact, justice won't be found in your supermarkets. It won't be sold in containable boxes. But you know where it is? I'll give it to you in a minute. Justice is between your voices. They can silence everything that we use. They can even turn off these microphones. But you know where justice is? It's between your voices. It's between your hearts. It's in there. You're not angry. You care. Let's not forget at this point, seeking asylum is not a crime. Seeking asylum is a human right. There's no such thing as a queue jumper. There is no such thing as an illegal immigrant. And another thing that does my head when I see it is, a lot of people coming here seeking asylum are fleeing countries